Alright, hello everyone. You should be seeing this video at 9 a.m. Eastern on November 2nd, 2024. We have a pay-per-view coming up later today on Peacock, 1 o'clock Eastern. That will be Crown Jewel, where the main highlight of this card will feature the first ever Crown Jewel Championship in both the men's and the women's division. Of course, we'll get into each match, dissect it, and predict it as we go along here. So, make sure you guys can see the whole card here. There we go. So, we have 7 matches on the card as I'm recording this video. So, without further ado, let's get into the women's tag team match first. We have Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair taking on Kairi Sane and Io Sky, Lash Legend, Jakari Jackson, Chelsea Green, and Piper Niven. You know, I'm going to say it for what it is. I'm going to make a bold prediction on why I think Lash Legend and Jakari Jackson are going to win this match. Lately, I've been noticing in both the men's and the women's matches in NXT, a lot of the main roster guys have been getting a lot of focus on the NXT brand, especially Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. So to be fair here, I really think that you're going to have Lash Legend and Jakari Jackson walk into the big NXT show on the CW on November 6th in Philadelphia at the ECW Arena. And who knows, we might see Paul Heyman come out. Wishful thinking, right? But, yeah. I'm going to be honest. I really think it's time for a change. And I would love to see, in the NXT, the Women's Tag Team Championships make an appearance on the CW network. So I'm going to make a bold prediction. And I think we're going to have new champions, Lash Legend and Jakari Jackson. And I think it will lead to Jade and Bianca showing up in Philadelphia Wednesday night. I hope I'm right. And we're going to move on. Next up, we have the United States Championship Triple Threat match. We have L.A. Knight taking on Carmelo Hayes and Andrade. Now, things have been getting heated on SmackDown if you haven't been paying attention. Long story short, Andrade and Carmelo have been feuding for a while. LA Knight was a special guest referee in Brooklyn a couple weeks ago. And yeah, now it's leading up to this. I am just going to say it. I think LA retains. These two guys need to get in the back of the line. We're just having this match to fill the card. Come on, the Saudis want to have a big WrestleMania type event. We might as well just put something on the card to fill the time, right? Next up, we have an interesting match. Randy Orton, Kevin Owens, which was proposed by SmackDown General Manager Nick Aldis. Now, what has led to these best friends fighting? You may be wondering. It all has to do with Cody Rhodes. Yep. Now, for prediction's sake, and only because I think something can come down the line, I think these two are going to get into a heated fight. I don't see anybody winning. I think the men are going to go outside of the ring. The best of emotions are going to get to both the men. And I think somebody's going to get put through a table at the end of this match. I'm calling it. I just don't see a proper ending. You all can agree. Like, oh, why are you favoring anybody? No, I think it's going to lead to a no DQ match at some point. And then I can properly say who's going to have the advantage. But until then, I know the wrestling business. These two guys are going to get very heated. And I think somebody is going to get put through a table. And that will be a no. So I'm calling it. I think the match will end in a no contest. I'm sorry, but I just don't see any logistical winner here. That's how I look at it. Next up, somebody who absolutely needs to win a match, and that is Seth freaking Rollins. Whoa. Whoa. Taking on Big Bronson Reed. And I honestly think Seth Rollins is going to get the win here. And here's the reason why. I think Seth is trying to build up for a big match against CM Punk some point next year. I think this will lead up into it. Now, to be fair, Bronson Reed's this big giant, and he made Seth Rollins go out of action for a while. But you know what? Seth is back, and I think CM Punk should be paying attention to this. If he's somewhere with AJ Lee watching this match, you know, I want to see Punk and Rollins fight at some point. So this is what leads up to it. And I think Seth takes care of his business. He will win. And we move on. Next up, we have Nia Jax taking on Liv Morgan. Oh boy. I don't know what to say. I am very disappointed in Liv. Very disappointed in the Judgment Day. They have gone to a new tactic, putting Mommy out of action. If you did not watch NXT this past Tuesday, all I'm just going to say is, you know, if you're not really into graphic stuff, obviously I want Rhea to get back soon. Hopefully she'll be healthy. But I really think Liv now wins this match. You know, I think down the line, Nia doesn't need this. I think Liv needs it only because then at some point in 2025, I'm hoping I'm right about this, you're going to see Rhea come back. Rhea's going to be bigger and better than ever. I think they want to have Liv and Rhea battle it out at some point. And I think just, okay, we're going to reward bad behavior. Not only does Alexa get a 5... Well, excuse me. I meant to say, Liv gets a 5...
Here's excuse generator. Here's your excuse. I'm too tired. I deserve a break.
Okay. Yeah, I think we all deserve a break. Little blooper here on Andy's Randomness. But look, we're going to reward Liv Morgan with a 5-year contract. And then we're going to reward her with the Crown Jewel belt. Okay. You might as well, right? Liv wins. Rhea Ripley's going to be watching the match somewhere, very angry, very annoyed, and very ticked off. And you do not want to see Mommy when she comes back. When she came back the last time, you think that was ugly? This is only going to get uglier. So Liv wins. End of story. Next up, we have Cody Rhodes taking on Gunther. Now, I think this is going to lead up to a big factor here. Will the Bloodline interfere with this match? Maybe. And I'm talking about the Bloodline version too. The OG Bloodline, I think we might see them. I don't know. But I think it leads to Gunther winning, right? But here's why I think it will actually set up the Survivor Series match going forward with the OG Bloodline and the Bloodline version 2. You have to let a traditional Survivor Series match, or who knows, we go to War Games, right? Don't we have War Games coming up in a matter of weeks? Right around Thanksgiving. So, with War Games coming up, wouldn't it make a little bit more sense to have Cody lose this match and then it builds up into the Survivor Series match? I think it does. Oh, boy. I mean, it has to. So I think, honestly, you know what? Let Cody lose. I think it works out for everybody. And then this is where I think it gets very interesting here. Okay? So you have the 6-man tag team match coming up, right? So you're going to have Roman Reigns, the Usos, and then you're going to have the 6-man tag team match. Now, how is this a 6-man tag team match when one, either Tama Tonga or Tonga Loa, I honestly think, it could lead into Cody Rhodes showing up later on in the match. If I'm wrong, I apologize here, but again, this leads into the Survivor Series. It has to, right? If it doesn't, then I don't know what to say. But you know what? I'll say this. Nick Aldis, thank you for making this match. You had to do it at some point, because this was going to get heated. And if you didn't watch SmackDown last night, all I'll just say is Roman showed up when he had to. And of course, the OG Bloodline members, Jimmy and Jey Uso, came out. Will Sami Zayn come out? Only time will tell. I think we could see Sami Zayn show up. But you know what? That whole teaser on Monday Night Raw, I'm calling it. I really think Sami Zayn is going to come back to help the OG Bloodline. I hope I'm right. And if I'm wrong, then comment below and tell me if I was wrong. But, yeah. Alright. I think I've said enough for one video. You know what? I think this could be a 3-hour-long pay-per-view. I think when you watch at 1 o'clock, I think you could go until at least 4 p.m. Eastern. And if you're using your Saturday afternoon as an excuse to watch wrestling, then I don't know. So without further ado, thank you for watching this video. Once again, Peacock, 1 o'clock this afternoon, if you are interested. And remember, I'll be back in a couple of weeks to predict the Survivor Series War Game pay-per-view taking place in Vancouver on November 30th. So until the next one, please take care.